Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's class session. So yesterday we discussed a few more concepts on work execution process. And we created one standard work order and we completed the work order. Today we'll discuss about a rework work order. So rework work order nothing but for any finished good item which we already in the stores for which requires a dedicated rework process like need to change some assembly or anything. So we are going with a rework work order scenario. Same concept we can achieve with a non-standard work order also, but in non-standard work order not only rework but also we can perform repair as well as non-production activities, as well as we can perform this rework scenario prototype concepts also. But a rework nothing but dedicatedly a finished good item which is available in our sub inventory only. Then if you want to bring back that item to the shop floor, and if you want to change components, or if you want to do something on that specific item, then we will say rework work order. Then we'll test one rework work order scenario. Again, rework work order. So log into the application with our username. Select sign in. So go to navigator. Select manufacturing. Select work execution. Select work execution. Go to task. Select manage work orders. Select manage work orders. So just click on this drop down button, create a rework work order. Create rework work order. So for which item we are performing a rework. So we have to choose the item SCP_Asus laptop. So this Asus laptop we manufactured some 10 and yesterday we manufactured some 2 quantity. And from which sub inventory the material exists and from where you want to pick that material to the shop floor. So the Asus laptop which is manufactured and available in the, I think FG sub inventory, right? FG or what? So where once we completed, we are transferring to FG only, correct?
I think it's FG only, Sarath.
So in FG sub inventory, some one quantity I want to rework. Some one quantity I want to bring back from the FG sub inventory to the shop floor. So for Asus laptop, I want to perform a rework. Click on save and edit. Click on save and edit. So far, did we define any work definition? Did we define any work definition for rework work order?
No, we have created only for standard.
So we didn't define any work definition. So as well as any operations did we define?
No.
Of course, the existing operations we can use any, correct?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So what I'm going to do is the rework will be taken in the software installation. There is a bugs. In the software installation there is a bugs. So my assembling operation 3 people who is going to perform software installation. So they are going to work for this work order. Select OK. Select OK. Now by default one resource is there. So one resource we are going to use, and if you want you can change it also, as well as if you want to add any items or if you want to remove any items you can do this one. So as well as, so not only software installation, okay, so better we'll go with not only software. So what I will do is okay, select yes. Okay, select cancel once again. So select yes. So what I will do is I will define one operation. So for better practice, because so we don't know. I mean, so we found that some quality checks is failed, but we have to verify because of which the quality is failed. We are not sure. So that is the reason we have to verify. Okay. So our quality checks is failed. We don't know whether the quality checks is because of software installation or because of some component issue. We are not sure. So that is the reason what I will do is I will define one operation. I will define one operation. So select manage standard operation. Select manage standard operation. Select create arrow. So in-house operation SCPH _ rework operation. Rework operation. Code work center. This rework operation we are performing in assembling work center only, which is a code point operation. select add resources. In this rework operation, so usually, so assembler 1 is going to work and 2 units are available. 2 units are available. Select save and close. Select save and close. So that's fine. Select done. Select done. So now go back to the work order. So select work execution. Select work execution. So which is in unreleased status. Open it. So select, open the work order. So add operations. Add operation. Select code. So rework operation. So rework operation, nothing but manually people will verify and they will work on this particular item for rework process. Select save, select save, select save and close. Now we are going to release this work order. That means I am bringing this item from the FG sub inventory. One quantity I am bringing back from the FG sub inventory, and I am going to verify what is the defect, and I am going to fix that issue, not repair. Actually, I found that some components or something issue is there where I have to replace those components. Then for that purpose, I created a rework work order. I created a rework work order where, as I didn't define any work definition for rework work orders, as I didn't define any work definitions for rework work order. So I have added one operation to perform this rework process. Manually, I added one operation to perform this rework process. Then select done. Select done. So what we have to do? So we created a rework work order. Just let's refresh page. Okay, now it is in 0. See, operations is in ready status. So if you go to review dispatch list, so this particular rework work order is ready to complete. This particular rework work order is ready to complete. But okay, select cancel first. So but why? Okay, so I said that I have to change some component. Then what you are going to do? I have to change some component.
Update the operation, add the material.
Update the operation and add the quantity, add the component that you wanted to.
That means, see, by default, is this enabled or disabled?
Disabled state.
Sorry, by default it is enabled, right? Reporting.
But I could see it's a grayed out.
So it's a grayed out. That means we have to issue the quantity, which one you want to replace, you have to, or which component you want to use, you have to issue. So if you rework, nothing but, so if you are changing any component, you have to change it, or else you can directly complete. So what I'm doing, so I'm going to report, manually reporting the transactions. So same thing, even we can navigate from, go to task. So from report material transactions, same thing, select cancel, select done. For this work order, in this operation, I'm going to report some material transaction. Same, we can navigate from here for which work order. So work order 1002, operation sequence currently in 10th operation. Select next. See?
Hello.
Yeah, yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Krishna, sir.
Which component you? Yeah, which component will you replace? I mean, I don't see a structure there. So
yes,
I just wondering which component are you going to replace?
Yeah, yes, sir. So actually rework nothing, but we are not going to maintain item structure. So item structure usually we will maintain for a standard manufacturing process where what are the components required to manufacture. But for a rework work order, manually we will verify and we will issue or we will return back the specific component. That means manually we have to perform the issuing or returning. So from the list of values, which component we have to issue or we have to return. For example, there is one component I found that there is a defect. So that component manually I need to return. Or else one component I want to add to the specific item, specific finished good item. That means we have to search that one component manually. So again, here one more concept. So first we have to perform. So one more scenario. When we can perform return? In which work order scenario we can perform return?
Understand it.
Sorry?
Non-standard.
Standard one.
Non-standard. Here we will do negative issue. If you want, you can perform a negative issue also. So what I am doing, so manually I'm going to enter. I'm issuing a component. Which component? I come to know that to manufacture Asus laptop, select search, select SEP percentage, 4 GB RAM, which I used. So I come to know that so 0 required to transfer. Previously it is not issued. So I'm going to issue this one component. I'm going to issue this one component to this particular work order. So I'm going to add this component. I'm going to add this component. Is this required? No, because there is no structure. That is the reason it is not required. And for this work order, we didn't issue it. For this work order, system won't consider previous work orders. System won't consider because we don't know by using, for example, we are not sure by using which work order we are manufacturing, or even it doesn't matter by using which work order you manufactured this item. So it doesn't matter with the work order number, the previous standard work order number. The item is in the shop sub inventory. We found that there is some changes required on that particular item. Then we are creating a rework work order and we are bringing that item from the FG sub inventory to the shop floor, and we are going to issue the specific component. We are going to issue the specific component. For example, 4 GB RAM I am going to issue to this Asus laptop for this work order. Select save and close. Select save and close. So you issued one component. Material transactions reported for work order is in this particular operation. That is fine. Then go back to report material transactions again. So select work order 1002, rework work order, select next. So here there is two scenarios. Here there is two scenarios. So one is you issued this component, but simple. Sometimes component is missing and we are assigning that component to the item. So we are issuing that is enough. Sometimes I want to replace this RAM. So I issued one quantity of RAM, but already there is one more quantity another RAM is existing in Asus laptop, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to return back that particular component, but you may get it out. Which component we have? For example, the one component of 4 GB RAM I am issuing. So whether default one I am returning back or correct one I am returning back, how to track it? You may get it out. Correct?
Yes.
In that scenario, what do you have to do?
I think we have the concept of lots right here.
It's not lot. So we have a concept of a serial number. With the help of serial number, we can track it. So component serial number concept, but still, I mean, some small bugs is there. So I won't say not bugs actually. Some small functionalities are yet to come, but with the help of serial number, we can track it. With the help of serial number, we can track it. But one quantity previously I issued. So again, I am returning back that quantity. So you may get to do it. So why we have to return back? Ideally, I am not returning back the issued quantity. I am returning back another quantity, another one quantity of same 4 GB RAM just to replace. But so yes, we cannot track exactly at this moment. So just I am returning. So just in the application point of view, we are returning same one quantity, but in reality, I'm changing the previous component to existing component. Or else, for example, I don't want to change any component. In that scenario, just I want to add one more component. In that scenario, do we need to return back any existing component? Do we need to return back?
Not necessary.
Of course not. For example, so in this scenario, I'm not going to return back, for example. So in that scenario also, we can complete a work order. So what it means, that means I come to know that there is a there is one quantity of 4 GB RAM is missing in Asus laptop. So that's why just I created a rework work order. I issued that RAM, 4 GB RAM to this specific work order, and I am completing the work order.
I have one doubt.
Okay.
Why we have not issued anything from there?
No,
How?
we issued, right?
No, that assembly we have not received issued from there. No, straight away we can created the work order. It has to come from that one. No, neither we have done sub inventory transfer to shop floor, nor we have issued that assembly.
Actually, we issued the item from the store sub inventory. So when you go to report material transactions, so for example, select return. Here, if we expand, this 4 GB RAM we previously issued from store sub inventory. See, this 4 GB we click on transaction type issue and we add a row and we choose in 4 GB RAM. We choose in one quantity from the store sub inventory. That's what we have done previously.
No item SEP as laptop.
Okay.
That we have not issued. No, sir.
No, I mean directly creating the work order from a specific FG sub inventory. When you are creating work order itself, system is asking you to choose from which sub inventory you are picking that item.
Oh, okay.
So whenever
But
you are creating the work order itself, system is asking you to choose from which sub inventory you are picking. I choose from FG sub inventory one quantity.
Okay.
Okay, but in my scenario, so I'm not going to return back any component. For example, yes, still I can complete the rework work order. Rework nothing but I found that 4 GB RAM is missing. Then I created a rework work order and I assigned that specific assembly. I issued that specific assembly to this work order and I completed the manufacturing process and I'm again placing back to the FG sub inventory one quantity.
Sharath, how do we report in a system that's missing a 4 GB RAM? Right now, we look at the order. Now, in the work order, we have the two 4 GB RAMs now, as per standard and as
It's
well.
not in one work order again. So it's not in one work order. Okay. So
Okay.
let's go to review production transaction history. So for example, what you can do is SCEP percentile. I hope we are maintaining a prefix. Okay, there is no prefix. Okay, there is a prefix. See, okay, 1 second, SCEP underscore SCEP underscore 1001. Select search. Now 1001 SCP underscore 1002. Okay, SCPH. Sorry, SCPH underscore 1001. See, for SCPH underscore 1001, we manufacture two quantity. So to manufacture two quantity, how many RAMs we issued?
Two.
To material issue, how many? Two component, two quantity of 4 GB RAM. So this is for 1001 work order. Based on this 1001 work order, I manufactured Asus laptop two quantity. See, operation. Okay, where we can see operation completion, 30th operation. Okay, 30th operation completion. How much we manufactured Asus laptop?
Two.
To manufacture two Asus laptops, we issued 2 GB RAM of two quantity. That is for 1001 work order. But later I come to know that I need to add one more RAM, for example. Then what we have done? Are we creating against this one or are we creating against the on-hand quantity?
Against on-hand quantity.
Then why we are going to have multiple here in our orders? Against the on-hand quantity, we are performing that one. In that scenario, ideally what we have to do, so I found out of this two quantity there is some issue. One quantity is having some defect is there. One 4 GB RAM quantity is defect. I need to replace that one. So to replace that one, as this Asus laptop two quantity out of two, one Asus laptop is having one 4 GB RAM defect one. Then I need to replace that one. So I created a work order. I picked that Asus laptop from FG sub inventory and I issued one 4 GB RAM. So, but once you issue 4 GB RAM, which one you need to replace? You need to change the previous 4 GB RAM, correct? Which already associated with the item. Then we need to return back the same component. But what will happen at this moment? We didn't return back. But you may get it out. So which one we are returning? In application point of view,
Standard. Where we created a work order, we have a standard work order, right? For that we have assigned 2 4 GB of RAM. So we might have returned either of that.
so that's we are not going to track here. That's we are going to track from the rework work order. Sorry, again go to review. It doesn't matter with which work order you manufacture, by using which work order you manufacture. So already that is exists in the shop floor, and I need to fix that component, or I need to change that component. Then with this work order, Asus laptop one quantity, I change the okay. Then you make it out. Then we issued one more quantity. Then what about the existing quantity? In that scenario, first we have to issue 4 GB RAM. Again, we need to return back that 4 GB RAM one quantity. That means in application point of view, we issued 4 GB RAM and we return another 4 GB RAM. But so in a reality, we are issuing a correct piece and we are returning back the different one. Okay. For that one, better to maintain a component serial number.
Okay.
Okay. But still, actually, what happened is here one more thing. Ideally, the component serial number should go with blank. It shouldn't give a LOV, but still it is giving LOV. So if you give, if system is asking you to choose from LOV, what will happen is whatever issued serial number, system will allow you to return back the same serial number. Ideally, it has to give the blank and we need to enter the serial number manually. That's how usually a real plant operations will work for a rework work scenarios.
Sarath, is it not the finished good should be serialized so that we can track, because each and every time we don't know which component we are going to serialize. At least this finished good which is going for rework.
Yes, we can maintain.
Yeah, that will be easy now, Sarath. Because
of course, people will maintain serial numbers, right? Of course, people will maintain serial numbers, correct or not? But again, when they are going to maintain serial number is the second scenario. For example, I'm manufacturing on a regular basis. So let's take a simple example. I don't need any expiry concept. So, and I'm just manufacturing and I'm placing in the stores. So whenever, why I have to assign serial number now, for example, in my scenario, where I am selling to the items to the customer, where I am manufacturing on a regular basis, every day I'm manufacturing 100 components. But as a discrete manufacturing scenario, I don't need to, what we can say, we don't need to, maintain any lot control. I'm not maintaining any expiry dates, and even lot control is not required. I'm not manufacturing the lot batches. So at the time of selling customers, so I have to give the, from the day of customer purchasing material from me, so the item is valid for 2 years. Let's take an example. In that scenario, so when customers directly purchasing from our inventory, so why I have to assign serial number upfront? Usually at sales order issue, we will assign the serial number, correct? Correct or
for
not?
warranty, we
Again, warranty is different. Yeah, this warranty only. If you want to give the warranty for 2 years from the day, are you going to give the warranty from day of purchasing customer, from the day of your selling to the customer, or from the day of manufacturing? Ideally,
from the day of selling to the customer.
In that scenario, two things: either you can associate serial numbers in inventory itself, or else at the time of sales or issue, we can generate the serial number and we can associate. So we can track which day we generated the serial number. Based on that one, we can track the data.
Oh, that is dynamic entry.
But again, if you go to POS, that is different. So what will happen? Again, let's take end customer POS software is different, guys. Okay. So even Oracle has a retail POS or something is there, right? Do you have Oracle retail POS or not? Retail software. Oracle, see, why retail POS? There is a retail point of sale software is there. Again, this is retail, so Oracle only, this is also ERP only, and in ERP we have retail point of sale software also. Again, when it comes to the point of sale, that is different. So this is the standard ERP application. Point of sale may request different features. Like for example, I want to transfer item to my distribution center. So if you want to transfer to distribution center, we need to generate serial numbers, we need to generate labels and everything, we need to print, and we need to transfer to distribution centers. From there, the day they are selling, they are going to give the expiry date. Again, those features will support by POS, not by this ERP application. Okay. Clear, guys? I mean, if you want, that is again, I mean, those features are different. For example, again in the same warranty. So I want to generate serial numbers upfront, and again, so from my distribution center, the day I'm selling to the customer, so I want to give the so warranty from that specific day. So in ERP application also we can achieve that one, but the same manual process. But automatic process, if you want to maintain, just we have to go with anyhow. So usually, so people will go with the retail POS. I mean, actually, Oracle is not the best POS software. So some IBM POS is IBM is one of the best POS. So again, those features will be supported by retail POS software. Okay. Not every, I mean, one software won't support for each and every feature, right, guys?
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So any application, if you go, it won't support all features, guys. So it won't meet with all features. So of course, it's an integration with a lot of applications, and that is the reason in cloud application also. If we go to any big four companies, why they are getting a lot of projects is simple reason. They are proposing hybrid solutions. They are proposing hybrid cloud solutions. That is the reason big four companies are getting a lot of cloud projects when compared to other companies. Okay, including Accenture and all these people, they are proposing hybrid solutions. That is the only reason. Okay, anyhow, this is a separate one. Okay, so now what we have done, we completed one rework work order and we verify the, so we change the, so we didn't change the component, we issue the component. Same scenario. So rather than assigning operation manually, so can I create a work definition? So for example, I'm manufacturing same Asus laptop every day, some 1,000 quantity, and I found that so sometimes on a regular basis, some 5 to 10 items requires a rework. That's what I understand. So every day I'm manufacturing 1,000 items. Out of 1,000, 995 items are working fine. 999 items, sorry, 995 are most of the times. Most of the items are fine. Only a couple of items, like 5 to 10. So every day I have to rework. In that scenario, what is the best practice? Are you going to create a rework work order, and are you going to assign operation manually every time, or better create a work definition?
Better to create a
work definition. So in that scenario, we can create a work definition for rework work order. Go to work definition, and again, how system will know whether that is a rework related work definition will be decided by work definition name. So navigate to manage work definition name. See, when the work definition name type is rework, that is a rework work order work definition. Okay, let's create a work definition. Go to manage work definition. Select create. Select create. So item SEP underscore Asus laptop. So name rework. Name rework work definition. Select next. Select add row. Select add row. 1 second. Select back. Select cancel. 1 second. Select cancel. Select create again. So SEP underscore Asus laptop. So remove the structure name. So select name. Select name. So rework work definition. Select next.
Why we remove the structure name, sir?
Sorry?
Now, why we remove the structure name?
Ideally, for rework process, you are not going to maintain structure. Structure means all the components will come into the picture, right?
Okay.
So ideally, we are not supposed to maintain structure, but if you want, yes, you can maintain. So to understand what are the components only eligible. So just I'm going to assign one operation, add one more row. So if you want, you can assign one more operation like testing operation or anything anyhow. So test operation. So 2 operations I have to perform whenever I am doing a rework. Select, save and edit. So select, save and edit. So there is a 2 operations which we need to complete. Select, save, select, save, select, save and close. So in this scenario, what we'll do, so whenever there is a issue, I mean some item issue is there, so we are going to create a rework work order only, but rather than associating the operations manually, so we can choose a work definition for rework work orders. Go to manage work orders, select create rework work order. So item SCP underscore Asus laptop. So the Asus laptop, which you see here, we are already choosing sub inventory, which is in FG sub inventory. We are going to pick some one quantity. Click on save and edit. Click on save and edit. See, by default operations populated. What is the reason?
We have created a
There is a rework work order which we created for Asus laptop. So from the Asus laptop rework work order by default, so it is populated. Then so here you can see type is the rework completion information. Once you complete, again we are going to place back in the FG sub inventory only. So again from the work definition there is 2 operations populated. Let's say if you don't want to use an operation, then you can remove that operation also. And see here you can see item details. See what is the item? Asus laptop, which we are going to push manually from FG sub inventory to the shop floor. Clear? From FG sub inventory to shop floor, we are going to push the Asus laptop in the 10th operation itself, and where we are going to perform the process, rework process. Select save and close. Select save and close. Select work order. Select release. So select done. Then what we are going to perform, just we are going to, I mean reporting material transactions and all those things is up to our decision. So go to review dispatch list, go to report material transactions, add a row, select component, which one you want to change it. So for example, let's select search SCP percentage. So there is an issue with hard disk. So I'm going to replace hard disk. That means first you have to issue it. Or else -1. So negative issue system will allow you. Am I told you negative issue will allow you or not? I told you, right? Negative issue will allow by rework work order and non-standard work order.
Yes.
Is a system will allow you negative issue for a standard work order?
No.
No. So I negative issue one quantity. I issued a negative issue one quantity. So go to return.
Which means that we are returning that one hard disk, right?
That means the existing one we are returning it. The existing one we are returning back. Then we are issuing back. Then again I'm going to add one more quantity of the hard disk with a new quantity. So SCP underscore. SCP underscore. It is this hard disk. So I'm replacing this hard disk with the positive quantity. Select save and close. Select done. Then let's verify the transactions. With this review production transaction history. Review production transaction history. SCPH underscore 1004. 1004 or 3 guys? 3 I think. Select search. See, one hard disk quantity we performed a negative issue, and later again we issued one more positive quantity. That means I am replacing existing quantity. Clear?
In this now very clearly it is mentioning the finished good has been issued from the sub inventory, wherein you have included that work definition. Before that, manually when you do this one, there is no clarity. That's why I was confused.
Okay. Is this clear now? Then
Sir,
It is
negative
very
issue.
clear.
Negative issue means it is the component which is repaired.
already assembled with for Asus laptop, that quantity I'm issuing from the Asus laptop.
Okay, Asus lab to inventory.
Yeah, from Asus laptop, the already in the Asus laptop there is a hard disk. That
Yes.
hard disk I'm taking back. That means it is a negative issue.
Okay.
Okay. Then from to where I issued
Stores.
to store 7. That means already from the shop floor in the Asus laptop, whatever the defect 1 TB hard disk is there, I'm just taking that one and I'm going to place in the store 7 inventory. Or else if you feel that that is a totally waste, and you can, rather than choosing stores, you can choose a scrap sub inventory also.
Okay.
Okay. Then again from the store 7 inventory, I'm picking one positive quantity.
Okay.
Okay. Negative issue nothing but issuing to store sub inventory. Material issue nothing but picking from store sub inventory.
Okay.
Okay. And so very first one, what we have done, material issue.
From
Asus
the
laptop one quantity. That means from FG
FG.
sub inventory, we are picking this Asus laptop of one Asus laptop to the shop floor. Clear now, everyone?
Yes, sir.
The previous work order, how it will get reflected, the history.
Which,
Manually, we have done it now from that.
just search it. See, this is the one. So we issued one 4 GB RAM, where first see the very, you can track with the date. See, as we are all, I mean, what will happen is material issue means whenever you are creating the rework work order itself, you are going to choose the sub inventory. You are going
Correct.
to choose from this. That means we are going to push that component manually from the sub inventory to the shop floor. That is the reason by default. So material issue will happen for the Asus laptop in the previous work order also from FG sub inventory one quantity. Then we issued one 4 GB RAM. We completed that one, production completion done. Then operation completion, resource charging is also completed.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Clear.
Manually, we are going to push. I mean, choosing the sub inventory at the time of creating the work order itself is a pushing the pushing that Asus laptop, right?
Okay. Okay. Understood.
Now, what we can do, so we negative issue one quantity and we positive issue. I mean, so we taken one hard disk which is already assembled to the Asus laptop. We taken that quantity and we place it to store sub inventory rather than store sub inventory again. So let me create one more work order. I think I didn't completed the previous. It's okay. Let me create one more work order. SCP underscore Asus laptop. So current sub inventory from FG. So again, I'm going to rework for one more quantity. Select save and edit. So select, let's just verify operations. Select save and close. It is 1004. Select release. Select release. Select done. So go to report. Okay, directly we'll go from review dispatch list to report material transaction. So 1004. So click on report material transaction. So add a row. So for example, I'm replacing some core i5. So SCP percentage is core i5. Okay. So -1 quantity. Just expand this one. So rather than stores, we have scrap. So some dock. So let's feel dock is a scrap. Okay. So that means -1 quantity I'm transferring to the dock sub inventory. Okay. Then again for the same work order, I'm going to pick one quantity. Material issue, a positive issue. Same core i5. I am picking from positive, nothing but picking from so inventory. CV percentage core i5. So one quantity, so default supply sub inventory stores. That is the reason if you expand by default, you can see stores. From the stores, I am picking one quantity. Select save and close. Select save and close. Let's complete this one. So 1004. So complete with the details. Complete with the details. uncompleted. Okay, select 7 plus. Okay, it is going to have two operations. So select all work areas, work center all. So status ready. Okay, select search. It is in 20th operation, the testing operation. So let's expand. So testing operation components issuing is not mandatory. So if you want, you can again in this operation also you can report manually. Quick complete. So number of is completed 1. Now let's verify the production history. Go to review production transaction history. So SCPH underscore 1004. Select search. So here, first, what we have done, we performed a material issue from FG sub-inventory Asus laptop. That means we picked this Asus laptop of one quantity from the FG sub-inventory to the shop floor. Then we found that Core i5 processor is having defect. That one quantity we taken that Core i5 from the existing laptop, and that means negative issue, and we place it to dock or scrap anything. Then we issued material. That means we pick one quantity from stores. Here from shop floor to we transfer to dock sub inventory. But in this scenario, it is issue. That means we are picking one quantity from the store sub inventory, same Core i5. So then the operation is completed, resource is charged, so resource charging completed. That means the Asus laptop, so resource whatever the Asus laptop rework, the resource charging for 10th operation is completed. So then 20th operation, we already completed 20th operation also, one quantity, but the 20th operation also resource got charged, then total production got completed. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear for everyone? What is the rework scenario? Today quickly will only 10 minutes is there. Okay, so rework work order today we discuss. Then is anyone heard about work order less completion scenario?
No, it is not clear.
No, Sharath.
So there is a concept of work orderless rather than creating a work order. So you can complete a manufacturing of item. So that is a work orderless completion. For example, same Asus laptop. You can complete or you can scrap. You can do anything. You can complete or you can scrap. You can do anything. So I'm completing. So a standard production. So of one quantity. Click on next. Click on next. I'm going to backflush all three materials. Backflush nothing but I'm going to pick all three materials, and if you want you can choose from which sub inventory you want to pick. Then select next. I'm going to use all the resources, all three resources. Then select next, and I'm completing this one quantity. Select, save and close. That means without creating a work order, we can complete a manufacturing process of item, nothing but work orderless completion. Where we are going to complete that manufacturing of an item in one go. Okay.
Sir, in which scenario it will come?
In which scenario is ideally, so we completed, what we can say is that in the production lines, what will happen is ideally we have to complete 100. We created a work order in the production line to complete 100 quantity of the item. So, but in the production line, just I place the more cheese. Usually, production line, that will cut the cheese. For example, a simple example, cheese slices. So, production line will cut the cheese slices, and another machine will pack the cheese slices, and it is completed. But to complete today 100 cheese slices, I created a work order. I chosen 100 cheese slices, and I fixed the machine like that. So what happened is there already 100 slices is completed, but still some 10 extra slices which is manufactured because some raw material is pending. But rather than reporting, what we can say, what is this feature? Rather than reporting, over completion. Rather than reporting as a over completion, the 10 quantity we can say work orderless completion also. You can report that extra 10 quantity as a over completion also. Let's take an example. You are not allowing over completion, but already it is completed. Then again, if you want, you can create one more work order also. But as there is no work order exists, but I already manufactured an extra quantity, so I want to so in that scenario what we can do is, so we are going to track that as a work orderless completion. So we are going to report the transaction, report the materials, because to manufacture 10 quantity, material is required, resource is required. So in that scenario we will go with work orderless completion rather than over completion. If over completion is not allowed, let's take an example, but we completed somehow, some reason. In this scenario, we can report as a work orderless. Okay.
This is also a new concept here, no, sir?
No. Same in EBS.
I have not used.
Actually, we have in EBS. Only the naming convention rework is a new concept, as well as transform is a new concept in cloud application, as well as so default material availability rules, availability assignments is a new concept. So even if you have MES also, still these functionalities is not available in MES in EBS, but still in cloud application these features are a new concept which are available. So yeah.
So, Sarath, in terms of return to supplier, how we create that work order?
Return to supplier is different, right? Why
Right.
you going to create a work order to return to supplier?
Okay, the procedure will be same.
No, give me scenario. I mean, from manufacturing, why you are going to returning back to the supplier at the moment. If you purchase any component, we are going to return back that one. So that's a common return scenario, right? Purchasing returns. If you take anything from the supplier, that is a purchasing return.
Sir,
Let's again go to contract manufacturing. That is another scenario. Contract manufacturing, where we are going to return so total finished good item. If you go to contract manufacturing, let's take it. Okay. But in the standard manufacturing process, what you are going to return to the supplier?
No, sometimes we are sending it OSP for any refurbishing and other thing, or doing electroplating there outside, and we are not happy, we have to return back.
What is OSP?
Outside processing.
Okay, I mean, for what business scenarios we are going to use OSP? Let me pause recording, guys. Just a casual discussion, right?